Bitcoin price is $62,600, give or take. And the $10,000 to $1 million trading challenge is now 4% in a profit, and it's getting better. Not only that, but in yesterday's video I showed you this trade, and we're up about $25,000 since yesterday's video. So shut up if you don't know what you're talking about. I use data. Look at all this nice data that we go through, and it means I get better results than the average guy on the internet that's drawing pretty lines on his screen. Now, my name's Jordan, and I've been doing this on the internet for a long time, and for a long time I was that guy that was drawing those pretty lines on my screen, and I still draw the pretty lines, but I do a lot more different stuff as well. That means that I am consistently profitable long term and have developed a really good strategy that you can follow, because I've been building this trade in my free to join Telegram group. You'll find the link for it in the video description. It's called Chart Advantage. It's got 5,656 members, and since I started it 2 months ago, it's been growing at an astronomical pace, and that's because I'm never really wrong. Not for very long anyway, because data's never really wrong, and it's a very different approach to the market that you'll see from your general YouTuber. Last week, you'll have seen most of YouTube going bullish and telling you to long $63,000 and $64,000. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is less than that. And all week last week, everyone was telling you to be bullish and long. And then you got little old me here. Little old me that's getting bullied like hell for being short all week. But again, it just kept on going up, up, up. And that's what I tell you this. In a bear market, that's what Bitcoin does. In a bear market, genuine bear market, it makes you think you're going bullish. It makes you think you're going bullish. It makes you think you're going bullish. And then you spread your cheeks, bend over, and it inserts it right up your But anyway, if you enjoy my content, drop a like on the video, turn on those channel notifications, scroll down the video description, join my free Telegram, join the next 10K to a million challenge. We'll discuss that in a second. And let's crack straight on with the data. And the first thing today is funding rates. Largely green across the board, showing general short pressure across the market. We're seeing OKX and Bybit this morning heading towards the green as well, which is good to see for our short positions. And when we look at the Bitcoin volume overview, $3.11 billion of spot volume versus $46.45 billion worth of long volume. Bitcoin is performing around 7% right now of Bitcoin futures markets, which is pretty much exactly what it normally does across the span of 30 days, which means that spot volume isn't driving the market, but it's not holding it back. But when we look at how that spot volume is distributed versus the futures volume, we can see futures only just now is starting to take short positions. There was no significant short demand when Bitcoin was up at $64,000 and $63,000, which is really good for our short position because it means we're some of the only people that are positioned in that range. And so it does mean if it heads down, we're in such a good spot to dollar cost average an absolute beast of a position. And it's what my strategy centers around. You need to be in, you want to be in with decent leverage, but then you want to take that profit that you get from that initial trade and then re-leverage that profit. And as illogical as that sounds, if you get these things right and you time it perfectly, it's like printing your own money and becoming your own Federal Reserve. That's how I've got rich. I got rich by being a bit of an idiot and re-leveraging profits. But I developed this strategy. It's taken, 13 years to come up with this. And I'd say after 13 years, I'm at a point now whereby I'm doing this every single day in my chat for completely free. It doesn't require any money off you, nothing off you. All I want you to do is join the Telegram group. And I'm doing it every day. And on the whole, I'm absolutely annihilating the market. That's why we just got banned off of one of the exchanges. One of the exchanges just couldn't take our money. We took too much money off them and they banned us. And that's why we use Weeks now, because Weeks actually doesn't mind the heat. And speaking of Weeks, you get a permanent fee discount if you use this link to sign up in the video description. You get VIP 3 for the first month and then VIP 2 forever. And over time, that's such a good saving to have on your account because all of those savings accrue and it means that you actually get to take more of your profit home. But let's look here, long versus short ratio, 51%, 49%. Net shorts in the past 24 hours. In the past 12 hours, it's a 51.6%. So again, slightly more shorts than longs. In the past 4 hours, significantly more shorts than longs by about $1 billion. People are really starting to short in towards the bottom of this range. And in the past hour, again, 54%. What I'm watching for today is when that volume starts spiking up at US Open, when that volume comes in, is that bullish volume or not? Because if it's not bullish volume, if it's not a significantly skewed bullish volume, we're in the money, guys. We've done it. Like, don't forget, all these bulls out there, they don't actually look at bottoming indicators. This is a really good bottoming indicator. It's the Puell Multiple. The Puell Multiple, every single bear market has gone into this green zone. And yet, we are not even close to that green zone right now. If I zoom right in on this chart, you can see that recently we bounced off of the outside of the green zone. We're trading quite higher in the range right now. But don't forget, we are in a bear market. The Bitcoin exchange balance in the past 24 hours dropped ever so slightly, but nothing of concern. And also, we can can see across the course of the past week or so, it's been generally rising. USDT exchange balances, however, have been dropping, and that's good news. But it's not really good news for the market. But also in the past week or so, Tether's market cap declined very significantly by about $2 billion. So you've got Bitcoin exchange balances falling ever so slightly, but rising on the whole. You've got USDT exchange balances falling, and the quantity of USDT in circulation falling. That means the industry is becoming less liquid and less willing to buy Bitcoin. And if you're seeing Bitcoin deposits rise, that means Bitcoin is becoming more liquid and the US dollar is becoming less liquid, meaning that Bitcoin price is going down. So then we look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and you can see here on the 1 week Bitcoin liquidation heat map, things look fascinating. You can see we have come down. We've started attacking this range of liquidity. We've built up a massive range of liquidity below price, and we've got a huge range above price right now. Now let's put ourselves in the position of being a bull right now. Okay. I'd say that I took a long position, which I didn't. I shorted the top here. But if I took a long position, and I was trusting one of the people on the internet here at $63,000, and I was expecting us to come into this yellow range, and I'm looking at that right now. For me, that becomes the opposite of a magnet. Think of your poles on a magnet. On one side attracts, the other one pushes away and repels. To me, that looks like the magnet just flipped around. On the surface, it looks like an attractive level, but when you think they gave us basically a whole week to average in short positions at these prices here, it's no wonder that range of liquidity is built up so strong. And the point is, it's strong, it's not weak, it's not attractive, it's repelling price because of the quantity of short positions that have managed to build up in this range. Now, if you want a more detailed breakdown of the Bitcoin liquidation heat maps, as well as, of course, what's coming next, which is the Bitcoin aggregated open interest chart and a bunch more charts, do make sure you join the Chart Advantage Telegram group. It's completely free, and you'll find that link in the video description today. Also, make sure you slap a like on the video, turn on the channel notifications, and watch this tutorial here. The $10,000 to $1 million trading challenge is starting. The trading challenge right now, we started with $10,000. It's $448 in a profit. So we're up 4.4% so far. Of course, that's fluctuating all the time, but I have great ambitions and I have achieved this before. In fact, I've achieved it 3 times and I have failed it twice, and I've attempted it 20 plus times. And out of those 20 plus times, I don't really lose. I just don't often make it to $1 million. So join the challenge. The link is in the video description. You're still on the ground floor, but you really don't have long. 48-hour Bitcoin liquidation heat map. You can see here, look at that. All of that attractive liquidity above the price and lovely attractive liquidity below the price. You can't gauge much from this. This is just a bunch of magnets all stacked against each other. We're much better off right now going, okay, Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can see where your levels are, but let us see how those levels came to be by using the Bitcoin aggregated open interest chart, the most accurate chart in crypto that only I understand how to read. What I am anticipating though is I am teaching an audience of 7,000, 8,000 daily people watching these videos at this point. And you're all going to start to understand how to do this, which is really good. And you don't need to worry that I'm teaching people about this, because 8,000 people out of a daily market participation in crypto of 2 or 3 million, we're not losing the edge here. We're just helping each other. So drop a like. But what I want to point out here is, okay, so we had this drop down in price yesterday, but look where the drop down in price actually happened. If we take this big drop down here, what was happening? Well, the candle before was where we lost all of that liquidity, which is quite interesting because the candle before was a rise up in price. So what actually happened there? Well, the price rose upwards. When the price rose upwards, it actually rose up quite aggressively and triggered a bunch of short liquidations and short stop losses to trigger when the price went all the way up to $64,371. When that happened, it was actually quite panicky. It did look like it was going to go up for a second there. So it caused a drop in open interest. But what that has triggered is the perfect short accumulation phase that we have now entered into. So the price immediately dropped back down afterwards. That caused a huge drop off in liquidity because a bunch of long positions got liquidated over these next 3 candles. But as that's happening, you can see that for the bulk of the rest of the period of time here, liquidity is actually rising, and yet price is still falling throughout this range. So why is that happening? Well, liquidity can only rise if there is more market participation. And if there is more market participation and yet the price is going down, that means people are shorting. So what we're seeing here, between the level of $62,500 and the level of $63,200, we have managed to build up a massive range of short accumulation, which means that we timed it perfectly again. You just probably didn't have the patience to sit there all the week like I did. But look, if you want to be a millionaire and you want to get paid the big bucks, you need some patience and you need to pay attention. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Every day, all day, I sit and I track data for probably realistically 16 hours a day. But I do this on my website. I create these tools, everything like this. This is an amazing trading tool. I created it for my community. It's called nioctib.live, which is Bitcoin spelt backwards.live. I'm actually launching the mobile app for it this week, which again, you'll get access to it if you join the Telegram group. The link's in the video description. But for me, it's 100% worth it to do this in my late 20s. I'm going to be 30 in a couple of weeks' time. I think less than that, actually. And I want to build something. I want a nice legacy here. I want to be somebody that actually achieved something in their life, which means that, sure, yeah, I'm going to commit 16 hours a day to this for the rest of the next few years. So join me on my mission and subscribe. Because before we go on to the chart analysis today, I want to talk about the news with the US and Iran exchanging strikes in the Strait of Hormuz. South Korean's stock market has been crashing today. Treasury yields are a little changed as US ceasefire is strained and investors await inflation data. The CPI inflation data is dropping this week. Prices are rising. There's 16 days until the next FOMC meeting. This is why the market is really not looking as good as what people think. You remember last week we checked on this, it was at 24.1%. Well, now it's 34.7%. What does that mean? The chance of a rate reduction is 0, and it means the chance of a rate hike at the next meeting is 34.7%, which means it's actually risen against the overall trend by 20% in just the past 24 hours, because the other one's dropped down by 10% and this has gone up by 10%. So the markets are starting to price in a rate hike at this point, and that could be really, really nice, and it could make us all the way down to $43,000. And if that happens, oh my God, I am going to be the happiest person on earth, and I'm going to be able to buy as much Bitcoin as I've dreamed of for years. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are at war again as well, so that's pretty good news for us. They are doing terrible things in the Middle East, really terrible things. It's affecting the market pretty badly. AI is ruining the crypto industry. The Asian market sold off this morning, and the stablecoin market cap has shrunk by $10 billion since May. I swear CoinDesk watch my videos, because I brought that up yesterday before anybody did, and now they're reporting it. So if you do watch my videos, Mr. CoinDesk, please, can you make some articles about me? That'd be really nice. I think I'm the best person on YouTube at this. Meanwhile, in other news, DeFi hacks continue to ruin the entire industry, and the crypto IPO market is just dust at this point. No one cares. Michael Saylor's strategy needs clarity in Bitcoin pivot message to convince investors. Michael Saylor is getting annoyed at the ordinals proposals, and a huge Bitcoin miner, Emperor Digital, has dumped a bunch of Bitcoin to fund an AI data center project, and the share price went up. I'm telling you, Michael Saylor is absolutely cooked, and when this eventually all plays out, it's just gonna be the best. Honestly, it's gonna be an absolute blissful period where we get to watch the thing that we love, the thing that we enjoy doing, and everything like that get absolutely destroyed. But that means we get so much more of it back, and that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the redistribution of wealth here, where the rich people give us all of our coins back for really cheap. That's going to be the most fun part of this cycle, and that's where you've got to get your head in the mentality of, don't be buying the dip too early, guys. Don't be doing that. This is going to come, and it's going to come really good. And as ever, I could bore you with a bunch of lines on a screen, and we could look through a bunch of stuff, but the thing is, our data is better than any technical analysis you can show me. This is the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. It's probably going to go down to $43,000 at some point soon. That clock is ticking. It can't go on much longer. Now, a while ago, I actually compressed this pattern, so we could move it all along a bit, but that's the point about technical analysis. You can do what you want. It's fully open for interpretation. Data is data. Data is a fact. Data you can't change. Technical analysis, you can change it to suit whatever opinion it is that you've developed. So if you're at least going to use technical analysis, please develop your opinion based off of data, not people's opinion on technical analysis. And that's how you increase your win rate over time. Now, since I've placed that trade in yesterday's video, let me just zoom in on this chart here and show you how much profit we've made. $25,000 since yesterday's video, and it's been about 12 hours. The $10,000 to $1 million trading challenge is now sitting nearly 6% in a profit. But I'm not here to waste my time. I'm here to change lives and achieve something, because I want to be known for something. I don't just want to be the guy on the internet that makes videos about Bitcoin. I want to make thousands of people a lot of money, so join the challenge. All the links are and information are in today's video description. That one is how to join the challenge. That one's sign up for weeks and get a fee discount. That one's my free Telegram group, which is open to all and welcome to join. That one's for the chat group with a bunch of people that sometimes like me and sometimes hate me. That's how you can transfer. If you've already got a weeks account, you can transfer your KYC over to the new weeks account by filling in that form. It takes a month, but it'll help you transfer your KYC. And if you're in the USA or Europe or anywhere else, get a Palau ID, become a resident of Palau today, and you can KYC most crypto exchanges. I think we're going to have a great day today in the Telegram group, and I think I'm doing a really good job. So I'm glad that I was right, and I think it's a bit of a shame it took me a week to be right, but I am right in the end here, and it's going quite well again. But I've not actually fully right because I've not closed any profits out yet, although I've taken a small amount. Time will tell. I'll see you in the Telegram. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit. Ciao!